You're not calling your cat. You're not holding food. You're not even doing anything interesting. And then, out of nowhere, your cat climbs onto you like it just made a very important decision. Maybe it's your lap. Maybe your chest. Maybe your shoulder for some reason. No warning, no hesitation, just full commitment. And if you've ever sat there wondering, why are you suddenly on me right now? The answer is actually pretty interesting. Because when a cat climbs on you, it's usually not random at all. In fact, it's often your cat's way of telling you something without making a sound. 1. You're warm. Sometimes the reason is simple. You're warm. That's it. That's the whole mystery. To a cat, you're basically a soft, living, heated blanket. And cats love warmth more than almost anything. That's why they stretch out in sunbeams, steal your spot the second you stand up, and somehow always find the warmest corner in the house. So sometimes when your cat climbs onto you, it's not trying to have a deep emotional moment. It just found a comfortable place to be, and that place happens to be you. 2. Your cat feels safe with you. But here's the part people don't think about enough. Warmth may get your cat on you, but trust is usually what keeps it there. Cats don't relax anywhere. They really don't. They're always paying attention, always noticing movement, sound, energy, who's nearby, what changed. So when a cat chooses to settle on you, not just touch you and leave, but actually stay, that usually means it feels safe. Safe enough to put its body weight on you. Safe enough to close its eyes. Safe enough to let its guard down. And for a cat, that's a big deal. Because cats don't trust in a loud way. They trust quietly. Sometimes it looks like following you into a room. Sometimes it's sleeping near your feet. And sometimes it looks like climbing right on top of you, like you're the only place in the house that feels right. 3. It knows this gets your attention. But of course, not every cat climbs on you for sweet reasons. Sometimes your cat climbs on you because it knows this works. It gets your attention instantly. The second your cat steps onto your lap, you notice. You look down. You talk to it. You pet it. You stop what you were doing. And from your cat's point of view, that is a very effective move. Cats are brilliant at repeating behavior that gets results. So if climbing on you has worked before, if it led to petting, food, playtime, or even just your full attention, your cat is going to remember that. What feels sudden to you may actually be a strategy your cat has been refining for weeks. And honestly, that feels very on brand for cats. 4. It wants something specific. Then there are times when your cat isn't just asking for attention. It's asking for something specific. Food, a treat, the door opened, the blanket moved, you're in its spot. Dinner is late by 7 seconds. Cats have a funny way of making requests. They don't always meow. They don't always scratch the door. Sometimes they just climb onto you and make themselves impossible to ignore. A paw on your chest. A tail in your face. A full body collapse across your laptop. Subtle? Not even a little. Clear? Absolutely. If you've ever wondered why cats jump on you, make sure to subscribe for more fun and helpful cat video. 5. It genuinely likes being close to you. And then there's the nicest reason of all. Sometimes your cat climbs on you simply because it likes you. Not because it wants something, not because it's cold, not because it's trying to manipulate you, just because it wants to be close. And that kind of affection means more than people realize. Cats aren't always obvious with love. They're not usually dramatic about it. They show up. They stay near you. They sit beside you without asking for anything. They choose your space over every other space in the room. So when your cat climbs onto you for no clear reason, sometimes the reason is actually very simple. It feels attached to you. And maybe that doesn't sound huge, but in cat language, it kind of is. 6. It likes height and control. Now, there's another reason that's a little less emotional and a little more practical. Cats like height. They like being above things. They like having a better view. They like feeling in control of their surroundings. So if you're sitting down or lying back, your body becomes a nice little elevated platform. Warm, soft, familiar, and slightly higher than everything else around it. So yes, your cat may be cuddling you, but it may also be using you as a comfortable observation deck, which is honestly such a cat thing to do. Turn affection and strategy into the exact same behavior. 7. Sometimes it can mean stress or discomfort. And one last thing, this part actually matters. If your cat has suddenly become much clingier than usual, especially if that's a real change in behavior, pay attention. Sometimes cats get more attached when they're stressed, or when something in the house has changed, or when they're not feeling quite right. Cats don't always show discomfort in obvious ways. Sometimes the only clue is that they start acting differently. So if the behavior feels new, intense, or unusual, don't just brush it off. Because sometimes your cat isn't just being affectionate. Sometimes it's trying to feel secure. So why does your cat suddenly climb on you? Sometimes you're just warm. Sometimes you feel safe. Sometimes your cat wants attention. Sometimes it wants something. And sometimes it just wants you. And that's what makes this behavior so interesting. Because on the surface, it looks random. But with cats, it almost never is. There's usually a reason, a pattern, a need, a little message hidden inside the moment. So the next time your cat suddenly climbs onto you, don't just laugh and call it weird. For your cat, that move probably makes perfect sense. And in its own quiet, very cat-like way, it may be saying a lot more than you think.